We might have deluded ourselves with happy ears about what we heard. Maybe we thought they were ready to make a decision, or maybe we thought we understood their decision-making process, or they told us something a little vague in the budget step, like, hey, money's no object. And Tom knows what I'm talking about. That's a big red flag. We're just not concerned about the dollars and cents on this. We'll spend whatever we have to fix the problem. Hear that stuff. Don't accept it. That's happier stuff. I want to confirm that they're willing and able to invest the kind of money. And in Thomson Reuters' world, it's more than money. Most of the time, it's about something else. Time investment, staff time investment, training, learning curve, getting everybody to understand the new menu and command, all that stuff. And in your world, Antonio, it's more than just writing the check for the new kitchen or bath. It's about how long the kitchen's going to be tented off. How long do they have to do dishes in the laundry sink? Those are all budgetary issues for them. They got to be willing and able to sacrifice that to adopt our product, or it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But the roadblocks is sometimes they give us BS. Sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's by accident. They thought they were giving us accurate information, and we founded our solution on that inaccurate information. So there's one reason, one thing that can get in our way. Another is that the situation in the firm might have changed. I think I've shared this with some of you, but I was a VP of sales and marketing for about a $6 billion firm before I did this. And I was, as a VP of sales and marketing, at one time I had a $50,000, this is back in the 90s, a $50,000 discretionary spending authority. In other words, I could sign off on 50 grand without going up the feeding chain to anybody else in my position. And then we got a new CFO. And it went in the space of, in one day, it went from 50,000 discretionary to $5. 50,000 to 5. I had to literally get approval to buy a box of pens from the CFO or from his office. But that stuff happens in your world. Yeah. It was one of the reasons. But it was, we had a new CFO. That was the way he wanted to oversee the budgets of the business. And that stuff happens in your firms, doesn't it? Can it happen between the day that you first met your prospect and the day you're presenting? Can it happen in that time period? So that's another roadblock. It's dynamic. It isn't necessarily the same all through your process. And our job is to continuously update ourselves by asking those questions. And then the other is that they've legitimately BS'd us. They felt like they needed to tell us a lie. And again, I think some people are just liars by nature, but sometimes we salespeople put them in a position where they feel like they have to lie. And I would argue that's unethical. I think one of the strongest arguments for the negative reverse, the use of it, is it encourages them to tell us the truth. And I think it's unethical when we put pressure on prospects and it puts them in a place where they feel like they have to tell us a lie. They can't be honest with us. I think so. So a lot of this questioning technique and negative reversing is all about putting them in a place where they feel like they can be transparent and open with us. And then we can more quickly figure out if they're even somebody we want to present to.